Good afternoon, everyone. This is Professor Chisholm, and I hope all is well. Just want to make sure that we're clear on what's needed for week 7, and this is probably my most favorite topic in the whole world, which is the principles of Gestalt. And my whole thesis was actually on this topic, and I believe that as a designer, if you can understand how people perceive, it's going to ultimately help you with how you design and how you use the elements of graphic design. Okay, so this week you're going to take construction paper. I don't really particularly care the color, but you just want to make sure that you have contrasting background compared to what you're using for foreground information here. So what you're going to do is you're going to create some diamond shapes, which is essentially a square on its side, right up on its tip. So you're going to create some diamonds and out of construction paper, and then they're going to be about 1 inch. Okay, and you can cut the start with 2-inch squares and cut a 1-inch square out of the middle. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. A square is rotated as a diamond, but cut a contrasting so then I have something that's contrasting. So it could be black and white again, the white paper, but you can any color you want. Okay, now what you're going to do is using the diamonds, you're going to based on the book, you're going to demonstrate the 6 Gestalt principles. Now, on page 103 of the book, they list all of them for you, and I happen to have it in a bigger version here for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let me see if I can get this pulled over. It's not allowing me. All right, so let me pull this over for you. All right, so there are the 6. Let me make it bigger for you so you can see. So the first, these are the 6. So you're essentially going to do, there's 9 of these little displays that you're going to do. So the first one, the 6 principles of Gestalt are simplicity, similarity, proximity, closure, continuity, and symmetry. Okay? All right, so symmetry, remember that's sort of what we talked about, balance. We have asymmetrical, symmetrical. Now, there's actually more than just this, and if you actually go further into it, there are other actual principles out there also that they show. Now, these are the 6, and they give you additional examples right below it so that you can see it. Okay, so similarity or simplicity, similarity, proximity, closure, continuity, and symmetry. Now, continuity is our ability, is usually talks about how it's a visual line. It shows motion, and it wants our eye to travel in a specific direction. Closure is our ability to close out or see the image even though we don't have all the information. Okay, symmetry is exactly that. It's identical on one side, on the other side. If we go down the middle, it's the same, or top and bottom, right? Now, proximity is that we can create, we can make sense of something if they're close together, and that it forms a pattern. Okay, so proximity. So the same shapes, and it's the same sort of with similarity. And simplicity is just exactly that, simplicity. So what I would do is I'd go ahead and go through the book. So simplicity means that we see both shapes. Okay. All right, but I would go through the book. The book does a very good job of explaining each of them. Similarity, we see 2 groups based on the size of the elements. Okay, so yes, we do see 2 groups. And proximity, we see 2 groups based on the closeness of the elements. Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, we do for the bottom one. That's a good example of proximity. Closure, we close the gaps in the shape. Continuity, we see 2 long lines crossing rather than 4 short lines converging. Possibly. This is from the previous page. They're talking about the X, the idea of an X on a page, okay? So what I would do is I'd go ahead and go through these and take a look at it. And then you're going to also provide, and let me get the page. This is page 103, and then I need to go to page 106. So then you're also going to show the 3 figure grounds, and they are stable, reversible, and ambiguous, okay? And they go, and it tells you a stable figure ground relationship exists when a form or figure stands clearly apart from its background. So it's our ability to see a foreground image on its background. Reversible figure ground occurs when positive and negative elements attract our attention equal in alternity, in stripes. Yeah, and this is where you start getting examples like this, okay? You start seeing optical illusions, right? So we have a V, but inside the V we have it looks like an acorn with a leaf in it, right? So that's reversible. And then images and compositions featuring ambiguous figure ground challenge the viewer to find a stable focal point, which is true. We're looking to see where is the focal point for that. So you're going to provide, so it's going to be 9 compositions, and it will be 6 on the principles of Gestalt, and then it's also going to be 3 on figure ground. These are all great examples of figure ground here, which I love. So this is the chalice. Either people see the figure, they either see the faces or the silhouette of a face, or they see the chalice. And this is the same one here, but with an ape and a lion. And then the question is, what do you see here? I see there's somebody playing a saxophone, or there's a picture of a woman, right? All right, so this is where figure ground comes into play. But go ahead and look at, so there's lots of examples of the principles of Gestalt. So there's, continuity is usually that it's how you pull the eye around. So that's why I'm a little wondering about proximity, similarity. But read what the book has to say. You can use the internet. There's a lot of good resources out there, but use what's out there. All right. So again, 6 Gestalt principles, 3 figure ground relationships. You're gonna play with those diamonds on a background piece of paper. Take pictures, and then submit them. Make it all one document, please. If you have to, save it as a PDF also, okay? And then provide your thoughts about the assignment and respond to 2 of your peers' threads, okay? And then, of course, your daily image. So the daily image, you need to make sure that it reflects the idea of an aspect. It doesn't have to reflect all of the principles of Gestalt. It needs to reflect one of the principles of Gestalt, okay? All right, that pretty much sums it up, guys. If you need any help, let me know. I will see you in the threads. All right, bye.